Hello, everybody. Welcome inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. It is the area championships here in the city of Rockwall. Coming up next, it's Grand Oaks versus the Rockwall Heath Hawks. Of course, this is our first boys session of the day for Rockwall ISD, and it's going to be a good one. We once again will see Grand Oaks, and we get to say Grizzlies again. Still one of my favorite mascots here in the state of Texas by far. Thank you for joining us. Once again, this is Chris Curtis. I'm play-by-play, I'm color, I'm camera, I'm scoreboard, a little bit of everything. You know the drill if you're in Rockwall ISD. Really excited about this one. Of course, the winner will move on to round 3 of the regional quarters. Let's tell you how both these teams got here. But first and foremost, if you are watching from the great city of Heath, Texas, you already know this. Conference 6A 2025 District 5 champs. Oh, yeah. It's the Rockwall Heath Hawks. They are on a roll right now, and they finished the season very strong, and we will tell you exactly how they got here. As we pull up the old computer here. Of course, they are 8-0 in district. They have not lost a district match this season so far. So far, so good. 14-7 on the season. Of course, their last loss did come on September 23rd against Highland Park in a non-district matchup. Of course, their final district match was against Nacogdoches. They put up 25 goals, 25-8 over Nacogdoches. Against North Forney, 15-9. Against their rival Rockwall, 11-7. Against Forney, 12-7. They did fall to Keller earlier in the season. And in the second round of district play, they beat Nacogdoches 14-10. Forney 10-9 in a close one against Rockwall 12-10, and a win against North Forney 12-6. Of course, the winner of this matchup will move on to round 3, as we said earlier. And, of course, we saw who they are going to play next. And my computer is not moving very fast today. It is something going on. It must be a Friday around here. But, of course, we are excited to bring you the next round here at 1:45 between the Rockwall Heath Hawks and Grand Oaks. Once again, this is a broadcast by the UIL, so we are not allowed to run commercial spots during this broadcast. We are thankful the UIL allowed us to broadcast this matchup, though, here tonight for each and every one of you. I'm going to say tonight a lot. I was having trouble this morning. Obviously, it's morning. Now it's afternoon, so we're going to have to figure out as we go from here. Going to have to get used to not saying morning and afternoon. It's just strictly afternoon now. So the boys are shaking hands, getting the rules all met, and we're about to have the starting lineups here for each of the squads. Of course, we are coming to you live from the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. It is 82 degrees in here, and we found that out from our friends Neil and Tom. Of course, they help run this beautiful facility. The pool water is exactly 80 degrees. When that sun beats down on it, which it is not beating down at the moment, it is strictly 80 degrees. When the sun beats down, it's a little warmer. But nonetheless, it's 82 degrees inside the facility and 80 degrees in that water. So in a couple months, it's going to feel real good in this building, that's for sure, when we bring you swimming here in a couple of months. Of course, swimming season did kick off for Rockwall ISD on Wednesday. Of course, that runs all the way until February. I'm going to jump on the camera here, let you watch starting lineups, and then we'll be back. You're watching the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. And we're about set for the national anthem. Of course, the winner of this one will play Grand Oaks. They defeated Forney by a pretty large margin in Game 2. I do not have the final score on that, but it was by a pretty large margin. We were in and out of the facility most of the morning after the Rockwall Lady Jackets game. But we do know that Grand Oaks will be awaiting the winner of this one. Sorry, Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge will be awaiting the winner of Rockwall Heath versus Grand Oaks. Of course, we do not know the time, date, or place for where that match will be, whoever wins this, but we will figure that out. Obviously, they have to wait to see if it's all Conroe ISD schools, then they would obviously play down there. But if it's between the two, they'd have to figure out a neutral site. And if it happened to be two Rockwall ISD schools, they would play up here. Just makes more logical sense why they wait to make those plans. Of course, fall break is next week, so Rockwall ISD will be out of school. That doesn't mean the Rockwall ISD Sports Network is taking a break. Of course, if you're watching us from the Rockwall ISD viewing area, we have football tonight. Rockwall Heath and North Forney, winner of that match, will take the lead in District 10 6A. So a lot on the line for both those squads tonight. And, of course, Tuesday, we have the I-30 Classic in volleyball over at Rockwall Heath High School. Should be a fun one. That will get kicked off about 6:30. We will be there. Then, of course, Friday, both schools back in action as far as football goes. The Hawks are back home here at Wilkerson, and the Jackets are away down the street in Forney. So a lot going on. And, of course, water polo, if they advance, we'll let you know where they're going. Not sure if we'll have a broadcast or not. And once again, we do have to apply for these games, so we kind of are at the mercy of the UIL, seeing if they will let us do it. If they will, we will definitely try to do that for you. If not, we will definitely keep you updated. We are just about ready to get going here. Of course, my name is Chris Curtis with Rockwall ISD Athletics. This is a UIL broadcast on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network, so it does mean we are not allowed to run commercials. So you're stuck with me for most of it. We will obviously take a small little break at half and allow us to catch a little water break and get back into action. Of course, don't forget, later tonight, the Lady Hawks will hit the pool about 5:30. We'll bring you that match as well. And then we are going to boogie over to North Forney to watch a little bit of football. So it is a slam-packed Friday, and we are just about ready to get going here from the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. Should be a good one. So sit back and relax and watch a little water polo. Make sure the camera's good for everybody, and away we go. Of course, if you're watching via our YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. We will definitely be sure to give you a shout out on the air. And welcome inside. It's the area championships from the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. Heath will start it out for us with the ball and possession. From the mid-pool line. It's like Carson Mitchell puts it inside the middle, and Kenneth Tipping somehow puts that one in. Incredible. I believe that was Kenneth Tipping. I looked down at the wrong moment. We're going to watch that replay one more time. No, it was an own goal on Grand Oaks. So with that being said, the Hawks take a 1-0 lead. That's how you start the game off if you're Rockwall Heath. It was a simple pass back to the goalkeeper. And instead of in his hands, it went right in the back of the net. So 1-0 Rockwall Heath. They are off and going here in their home pool. And Grand Oaks puts one in. That looks like that was Max Dopierla. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. We got the Grand Oaks roster pretty late here, so do apologize we weren't able to get the pronunciations of all of the Grand Oaks players, but we will do our best. Here comes the Hawks and Carson Mitchell up to the mid-pool line, looking around. Kenneth making himself Superman down there, finding a spot, getting empty, and getting fouled. Colden Martin will start with the ball, pushing it right back up top to Carson Mitchell. Mitchell. And Grand Oaks playing some good defense right now. Will Ori goes underwater, but gets the foul, and Heath will maintain possession. Wide open Carson Mitchell, and he chunks that ball halfway across the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. That one ends up in the lap pool all the way down there. Here comes Grand Oaks on the fast break, and they put it in the back of the net. Grand Oaks quickly up, 2-1, with 5:42 remaining here in period number 1. Once again, thank you all for joining us, whether watching from Rockwall ISD or Conroe ISD or anywhere in between. Welcome inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. 82 degrees in here. Beautiful Friday afternoon. And there's another one. That one by Kenneth Tipping. That one goes all the way down into the other side of the pool. And this one's pushed inside the middle by Grand Oaks, and some great defense. Looks like there was a hold there it was on Grand Oaks. Here comes Jeet. The keep, simply known as Jeet. And pushes it up top to the mid-pool line to Kenneth Tipping. Saw Kenneth before the match, said he was ready to roll. Of course, he is the all-star captain of this Heath Hawk squad. And here comes Grand Oaks. Had a big save by Jeet. That was a great shot right there by Max. Looks like Grand Oaks early feeding to Max in this one, letting him try to eat a little bit. Shout out to Melissa watching from Spring, Texas, cheering on Grand Oaks. Of course, the Grand Oaks ladies won their first match this morning against the Rockwall Lady Jackets by a final of 14-7. Congratulations to Grand Oaks. They are moving on to round 3. And they're going to wait to see who they play here later tonight. Great crowd here by Grand Oaks. They have brought the house. It looks like they brought the whole school with them here to watch both the girls and the guys. So big props to them. Rockwall Heath represented pretty well as well. There's another one off the crossbar from Rockwall Heath. We hit a bunch of those in our first game. And the trend has continued. Here comes Grand Oaks on the attack to the wing. I do not have a name for number 4 on my roster. I believe that's a 4. Just kidding, it's a 6. That's Tyler Cloth. Of course, Grand Oaks wearing the white helmets with the blue trim and blue numbers. And Rockwall Heath wearing the black helmets with red trim and white numbers. We're going to let that clock run down. It's actually 3:30 remaining here in the first, but we're going to let that clock go on your scoreboard just a little more. The iPad is getting its use in today. Here come the Heath Hawks. They're coming in. There's Tipping. Tipping is surrounded by 3 Grizzlies. And it's a foul. Heath will try to attempt to score on this one, and it's a great save right there by Logan Graham. And Grand Oaks playing some great defense right now, keeping the Hawks at bay for now. Shout out to Sassy G watching from Thomas, Oklahoma. Welcome inside the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. This is the Area Championships of Water Polo from Rockwall, Texas. Both these teams still kind of feeling each other out just a little bit. Got a feeling it's going to be a physical one the further along we go in this one. Great defense being played on both sides. And they have clearly zoned in on Kenneth Tipping. And he is fouled. And it's a pass to the inside right there, and that's a goal. And that is, I think that was Will Ori. Will Ori and Kenneth Tipping with the 2 goals for the Rockwall Heath Hawks. And just like that, we have a tie ball game, 2-2. A little bit of stoppage here. And away we go, 2:35 remaining in the first period. Here comes Grand Oaks, and it's a turnover. It's Colton Martin on the fast break. It's a 2-on-1. He's got Tipping on the wing. Is he going to take it all himself? He's going to take it coast to coast. Shoots and scores. That's a goal. That's Colton Martin going coast to coast. Put the butter on the toast, and it's a timeout from Grand Oaks. Of course, you are watching the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. My name is Chris Curtis. Again, this is a UIL broadcast, so we do not have commercial breaks. But we would like to thank our sponsors throughout the entire Rockwall ISD Sports Marketing team for allowing us to broadcast all these games each and every day, each and every night, day, night, weekend, whatever it is. We're here for you. So we appreciate you tuning in from wherever you're watching from here on this Friday afternoon. Don't forget, fall break for Rockwall ISD is next week. There is no school, but the Rockwall ISD Network still will be going strong. Of course, tonight, Friday Night Lights over in North Forney. Rockwall Heat takes on the Falcons for first place in District 10 6A. Miss Ewart doing a little bit of coaching over there. Of course, her Lady Hawks will be taking on their area championship match against the Woodlands here at 5:45. We'll have that game for you. 5:30. We'll have that game for you here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. We'll put that link up as well, or you can just go to our YouTube and find the game right there. Easy breezy. Welcome our friends in from Conroe ISD. They've been great sports here this Friday afternoon in October. And, man, they travel well. This Grand Oaks school, they travel really, really well. They are filled up most of this lower bowl here in front of me. And they are loud for their Grizzlies. Of course, the district champions, Rockwall Heath. Grand Oaks coming in at 3rd overall in 6A Region 1, District 8, 3 and 2 overall in district. And there's a turnover. And the Heath Hawks have it. Jeet taking it. Looks like the fans of Heath have some new t-shirts out here. They are looking sharp. Wonder if Rockwall Sports Center had anything to do with that. I bet you they did. Of course, a proud sponsor of Rockwall ISD Sports Marketing and the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Shameless plug right there for our friends at Rockwall Sports Center. 3-2 Rockwall Heath, and here comes Grand Oaks and the Grizz. Grizz going coast to coast, and that's a big-time save. Jeet. Nathan Schultz with the shot, and there's a fight in the corner for it. It's out, and it belongs to Grand Oaks. Man, that was a swarm. And, well, a lot happened there. We'll push this one to the corner. Everybody's going to get set here just for a moment, and away we go. Grand Oaks with the ball. Working it up top at mid-pool. Big-time shot, and just wide by Julian Aldana. Rockwall Heath trying to slow the pace down just a little bit. That's kind of the style they like. But they obviously know the drill, Grand Oaks does, on what Rockwall Heath tries to do, and that's get it right to Kenneth Tipping. .50 seconds left. And fans are a little upset. There wasn't a foul there. We play on. Pushing it inside, Grand Oaks, and we got a penalty. And that will be tipping to the box. Man advantage for Grand Oaks, and Heath finds a way to turn it back over, and the man is free. Tipping had to swim all the way to the corner just to turn around and come right back. 30 seconds left in the first period. Heath can hold for the second to last shot of the period. Gonna let that clock try to catch up for you guys. Here comes Kenneth Tipping, and he turns the ball over. Here comes Grand Oaks. They can hold for the final shot of the period. And they will do just that, but they will shoot and score. That is K.O. Hudseth with the goal. And with just under 15 seconds to go, 7 seconds to go, it is a 3-3 game. Final seconds of this one in the first period. We're going to stop the clock at 3, 2, 1. Big shot from the final, and that's how we'll end this one in the first. So after one, pretty good game so far. It is 3-3. Of course, Grand Oaks coming to us from our friends from Conroe ISD, as the majority of these schools in this district are all Conroe ISD, a massive district down in the Houston area. Of course, seems like after talking to a lot of the parents up here, a lot of them did travel up here last night and stayed in hotels in town. Of course, we do not know where the games will be next round as we wait to see what happens with all these teams. Right now, Conroe ISD is living life. They have won every single match so far of the day. Rockwall Heath's trying to change the tune on that. Of course, the Lady Jackets lost earlier this morning. Then, of course, Forney fell earlier today. And then just before this game, Nacogdoches fell. So that District 8 is doing pretty well. 3-0 on the day. Grand Oaks trying to make it 4-0. Once again, if you're watching from afar, let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out here on the air. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I would say beautiful fall afternoon, but it still feels like summer outside. Of course, Rockwall ISD had the early release today, so a lot of the students have come out and made their presence known here at the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. Of course, we got Turned Down for What playing in the background there for you. From the DJ, we have a DJ today. Pretty impressive for the area championships. Of course, don't forget fall break is next week. Rockwall ISD is out of class, but the Rockwall ISD network will still be rolling on down the road with 2 football games, an I-30 Classic volleyball game, and potentially some water polo. Shout out to Carrie Hicks watching from H-Town. Go Rockwall Heath. The Rockwall Heath faithful all the way down in Houston today. Of course, big sports weekend here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Got TCU and Josh Hoover doing some work over in Fort Worth tomorrow, I do believe. Got the Red River Rivalry at the Cotton Bowl. Texas and Oklahoma. And there'll be some swimming here tomorrow, I believe, as well. So a busy weekend around the Metroplex. Of course, UNT 5-0. Starting to get some national love for the Mean Green. But away we go. It's 3-3 here between Heath and Grand Oaks. We got about a second into the second period, and the whistles have already blown. Of course, coming up next year, we have water polo all day long here, which is great. We will not broadcast all those games. But coming up after this one, as Grand Oaks puts it in the back of the net, it's 4-3. Coming up next is Tomball Memorial versus Forney in the girls bracket. And then after that will be College Park versus Nacogdoches in the boys bracket. And then the Rockwall ISD Sports Network will finish up with the Rockwall Heath girls taking on the Woodlands, coming up at 5:30. 6:40 left in the second period. And it looks like it's obvious what Grand Oaks is attempting to do. That's take on Kenneth Tipping. They are double teaming him and sometimes triple teaming him, which leads to a wide open, oh no. Will Ori was wide open and he just overshot it. So when you double and triple team the captain, that's going to leave some players open. Grand Oaks willing to take that chance, and it paid off. Up to mid-pull comes Grand Oaks. And a little bit of acting there maybe, but nothing was called. And Heath takes over. Shout out to Finn Hutchinson from Kerry Hicks, giving a shout out to Finn. I think we talked about this last game. The name Finn is it's just amazing to be a water polo player and your name be Finn. It just makes sense. Of course, Kenneth Tipping has lost his helmet once again. It's continuing to get ripped off every single time. And just like that, we got a fast break. Kenneth Tipping screaming for the ball. He's going to get it, and he's going to, on his back, he's going to get mauled. And he is a little frustrated with that one as well. But nonetheless, here comes Grand Oaks on the attack. Inside. And a foul. With 5:14 remaining in the second period. Of course, TJ Starling, the head coach of the Rockwell Heathhawks. Of course, state will be held in San Antonio, Texas, here coming up in the next few weeks, if either of these teams make it all the way. Regional tournament for this bracket will be in Louisville. Free shot here, and there's a bounce off the water and in the net. That would be Max. And Max gives Grand Oaks a 5-3 lead. With 5:12 remaining here in the second period. Here come the Hawks. They are now trailing by the largest of margin this game so far. Hawks looking to make something happen, and they turn the ball over once again. They pass it back to their keep. This one does not go in the net. Logan Graham on that one. He sends it up. And it's deep. And the Hawks are on it. And a foul. Max in the corner, pushing it in the middle. And that's Heath Hawk ball. Here comes Angel. Kenneth Tipping double teamed once again. It's a story of the match so far. Can they slow down Tipping? And Tipping is in the middle there, and he gets mauled once again. And we're going to have... So got a shot here by Kenneth. Kenneth earned himself a penalty shot. He's pretty good at this. I don't have the completion rate, but it's pretty high. Where's Sassy G tuning in? Go Finn and the Hawks, and just like that, Kenneth Tipping puts it in the back of the net for his second. It's 5-4 Grand Oaks. Forney just getting into town here. The girls are wearing all pink wigs. The boys do not have the pink wigs on, but they are up there in the stands getting ready for their action here in just a little bit. And there's some good defense by Will Orey. And here come the Hawks. In the pool version of a flying V, here they come. Looking for that open man. That open man right now is Angel. He's waiting for it, calling for it, and he will not get it. But it's back to Kenneth Tipping in the middle. He's mauled once again. He's going to get his shot once again. Tipping, finding some space, getting dragged underwater. And puts it in the back of the net. Did not hear the whistle, apparently. But he's going to get that free shot once again. With a chance, with 3:32 remaining in the second, to make this 5-5. Of course, don't forget, Lady Hawks coming up tonight at 5:30. And there is another one with Kenneth Tipping. With his spitting of the water into the air. That's his signature move. And just like that, that 2-goal lead is erased. It's 5-5. That's been the Hawks' signature all season, as they kind of hang around and keep it close, and they try to wear you down. I don't think they're going to have that opportunity tonight against Grand Oaks, as their bench is full. So there is plenty of subs incoming for the Grizzlies. And there is a foul. And Grand Oaks is not liking it. And hands are in the air. Nathan Schultz did not like that call. He is going to head out. And for the third time in a row, Kenneth Tipping is going to get another free shot here. The head coach of Grand Oaks not happy as well. Doing the pace back and forth. Holding a water polo ball. So with all that, Kenneth Tipping is going to get a chance to give the Hawks a 6-5 lead, which he does. He bounces on the water for his 4th goal of the evening. And Heath has climbed back and taken a 6-5 lead. You got to think it's going to get a little more physical. Like I said earlier, it just has that feel to it. And the Hawks tend to lead off their captain. And if there's an emotional leader in the water for Heath, it's Kenneth. Here comes Grand Oaks in the middle. And left all alone right there. That was Kyo Hudseth, and he gives Grand Oaks a goal, and it's 6-6 as we head under 3 minutes to go here in period number 2. Great game so far. Here come the Hawks on the attack at the mid-pool line. Pushing it inside to Kenneth. And the Hawks looking around, looking, holding. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Holding, and a foul. And it's passed to Kenneth, and Kenneth puts it in. He's starting to heat up, folks. 2:36 remaining. And it's 7-6. Every time we've covered the Hawks, they've semi-started slow. And then they just explode for goals in the 3rd period, typically. Timeout here called by Rockwall Heath, it does appear. Both these teams pretty evenly matched, so it seems. Of course, Grand Oaks trying to slow down Kenneth Tipping, that's the story. And Max and Kyo for Grand Oaks, they're starting to set the tone for Grand Oaks as well. I did get the Grand Oaks roster fairly late, so I was not able to get all the pronunciations correctly, but we're going to try the best we can. Of course, shout out to the Rockwall ISD Athletic Secretary, Miss Kay, for keeping the media suite all hooked up with snacks and lunch for us today. She is one of the best in the biz when it comes to getting the food ready for everybody, all the coaches and trainers and staff members, so shout out to her. Of course, Lisa Trammell helping with some technology, and she's down there taking some photos. She is going to leave me here in a couple of hours to head over to North Forney and make sure our Heath crew is set up and ready to roll for Friday Night Lights. Of course, Rockwall is off tonight. They have their bye week after falling to Longview last week in a tough 35-21 game. And of course, Heath was off last week, and they were back in business after starting the district campaign 1-0. They will take on North Forney. The winner of that game will, of course, lead the District 10 6A. Of course, all that being said, that'll lead up to the I-30 Classic in football on October 31st, Halloween night. That'll be a fun one. Of course, lots of trunk or treating that will be going on in the parking lot before the game. So come out, wear the costume, and do a little trunk or treating. And we'll play some football at 7:30. Should be a fun one. We got a fun one in here. It's 7-6. Rockwall Heath, and the Grand Oaks is on the attack. 17 on the shot clock. Cameron Worthy holding the ball, and that's a big-time shot and a big-time goal by Tyler Clough. Tyler Clough with his first of the night. It is 7-7 with 12:11 remaining here in period 2. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're having for lunch today at the office. Of course, if you're in Rockwall ISD and you're a kiddo, you're already out of school. It's fall break. Early release today and a whole week off next week. Of course, we've got the state fair in town. Sure, a bunch of us will be going over there to eat some foods and have a little fun. Of course, the Rockwall ISD, quote, fair day would be Wednesday of next week. So that's typically when all the Rockwall ISD teachers, staff, and kiddos will head out to the fair and say hello to Big Tex. Big time stop right there by Logan Graham in net for the Grizz. And it's 7-7. And we're under 2 minutes. Grand Oaks on the attack. Cameron Worthy looking around, shooting it over the wing. William Caruth. That's back to Max. Max shoots, and it's ricochets right off to the wing, and a nice deflection. Oh, that was nice. There was a wide open net sitting there for Tyler Clough. But Colden Martin with some nice defense takes the ball right away. That was an empty net for Grand Oaks. Heath with the ball. They turn it back over. Here comes Kayo. Kayo with the big save by G, and that one goes up and out. It remains Grand Oaks ball. There's Claire Ewart chunking that ball all the way across the pool. She is the honorary, looks like, ball girl for this one. Making sure she gets her reps in for later this afternoon. Of course, talked to the girls earlier. They're excited. They feel good about their chances against the Woodlands coming up at 5:30. Of course, they're looking to make it to the regional quarterfinals once again. They have never not made it in the UIL water polo young era of this sport as an official UIL sport. And we enjoy it. 30 seconds remaining. Heath can hold for one shot and give Grand Oaks about 5 seconds left if they want to. But they're going to choose to go for the goal, and Kenneth Tipping, 2 guys on him there, and he still has the ball, still has it. He's underwater, cannot see him. He pops back up, and with 11 seconds remaining, pushes it in front, and that one's saved. It'll remain Heath ball. That was, I think that was brother of Jeet, I think. No, that was Carson Mitchell. Carson Mitchell in there. And they can hold for the final shot here if they like to. And off the crossbar. And a steal by the oh, no, foul. Almost. And with 2 seconds remaining, final shot, and that's how we're going to end this one in the half. So with that being said, we got a good one here inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. At the half, it's Grand Oaks 7, Heath 7. Going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Teams are going to switch ends. Going to grab a drink of water, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. for the second half. And welcome back inside the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. My name is Chris Curtis with Rockwall ISD Athletics, Rockwall ISD Sports Marketing, and the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. It is 7 to 7. You're looking live at the Heath Hawks huddle right there. TJ Starling leading the crowd there. And of course, Claire Ewert doing a little coaching. Why not? Of course, the winner of this match will move on to the third round of the 6A playoffs. And if my computer will update here, it doesn't want to, but so far. Of course, the winner of the girls' match will take on Grand Oaks. That match will be predetermined on where it will be. Of course, we do not know where that is quite yet. Of course, all roads lead to the Josh Davis Natatorium in San Antonio, Texas, October 24th through October 25th, the UIL State Championships for water polo. Of course, it's only been in existence for 2 years in 6A and the 6A and League City Clear Creek won last year along with Clute Brazoswood. And then previous year, Louisville Marcus and Richmond Foster, state champions in 6A water polo. We'll see if any of these teams are able to make it all the way to San Antonio, Texas. It's a tough road. Of course, the winner of this one will take on Oak Ridge after they defeated Forney earlier in the day. So here we go as I get the camera back in order here. And away we go. And there's a goal by the home squad. Did not see who scored that, but I'm gonna guess it was, you know who? It was not. That looks like that was, it might have been Carson Mitchell. Apologize if we did not get that correctly. Regardless, Heath has an 8-7 lead, and the home team's on top. Here comes Grand Oaks on the attack. With 6:17 remaining in the third. Of course, each period is 7 minutes long. Once again, if you're watching from home, let us know where you're watching from. Give you a shout out on the air. Always hear some interesting towns out there that we never heard of. Always nice to learn more. Just like Thomas, Oklahoma. Learned that one last game. And the Hawks on the attack, Tipping, pushing it over to Martin. Martin loses it, but Tipping finds a way. Just hard swimming, period. That's just what he does. There are 3 Grizzlies on Tipping. He managed to keep his helmet on that one. Tipping from behind the back. Boy, that would have been ESPN worthy if that went in. I apologize, that scoreboard did not go up there. We got you covered. It's 8-7. Heath Hawks on top with 5:35 remaining in the third. There's a big time save by Jeet, and Jeet grabs it. Lots of pressure by Hudseth, but Jeet won the battle. Jeet pushes it up to Angel. Angel swimming. Angel kind of all alone still, ready to shoot, and it's blocked. Great save by Logan Graham. Big time save by Logan Graham. Really cool. The Grand Oaks boys, obviously the subs are sitting on the front bench, and the girls team, the entire girls team is sitting behind them, cheering them on. Pretty cool little setup there for Grand Oaks. And man, their fans have traveled well. They are packed this lower bowl here. Grand Oaks with the ball, pushing inside. Big time defense from the Hawks. And Jeet's able to hold on to it. And Kaio has been an absolute unit right there in front of the net. He is definitely bothering Jeet. Those two have had quite the stir up this afternoon. And we ends up getting a free shot here. And with 4:44, Grand Oaks looking to tie this thing up 8-8. And they do. It's Kaio's third. And just like that, back to square. The Hawks' largest lead has been 1. The Grizzlies' largest lead has been 2. Both have been evaporated fairly quickly. So here come the Hawks. You got to start thinking the bodies are going to get a little tired here in the third. But in the past, this is where Heath usually comes alive. And by the looks of it, Grand Oaks does as well. It is going to be a fight to the finish, one of the better games we've seen today. Tipping, pushing it outside to Carson Mitchell. Mitchell, head and the shoulders, gets fouled. Hawks keep the ball. And they push this one all the way back. Angel, back to the mid-pool, tipping with a big-time shot, big-time save by Logan Graham. That clock continues to move, 8-8. Just about to hit 4 minutes. Nice balmy 82 degrees in here. That pool water is about 80 degrees. The sun is just starting to beat down the other side of the pool like it was this morning. And that has indeed warmed the pool up just a little bit more. Of course, this facility is built back in 2009. Hard to believe it's over 15 years old now. Still in great shape. Defense being played by the Hawks. Fans weren't happy about it, but all that being said, oh, there was a turnover right in front of the net, behind the back. Oh, what a mental mistake by the Hawks. Oh, Colden tried to push it back to Jeet, and he knew it. Grand Oaks has their lead right back, 9-8. A mental mistake on both teams so far in front of their own net. Of course, Grand Oaks scoring on themselves, and the Heath Hawks just giving it right back. All that being said, Grand Oaks and the Grizz have a 9-8 lead. And with 3:30 remaining in the third, Hawks turn the ball over once again. And away we go. Here come the Grizz. Big time shot, big time goal. That was Max again. And with 3:12 remaining in the third, Grand Oaks has tied their largest lead of the game. And we got a timeout here in the pool. Hawks call a timeout to talk things over before they take possession. Of course, they've kind of gone back and forth. This tie is the largest lead Grand Oaks has had. The largest lead for the Hawks has been 1. This is usually the period the Hawks start to take over, but instead it's been Grand Oaks that has taken over. Once again, let us know where you're watching from. This is the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. 3:12 remaining in the third. Grand Oaks has a 10-8 lead over the hometown Rockwall Heath Hawks. Of course, don't forget the Lady Hawks will be in action about 5:30 here from the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. And that game should end about 6:30 or so, and then the Rockwall Heath Hawks will kick off about 7:30. And you can watch that game right here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. 4 games in a day. That's the record so far. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Of course, shout out to Lisa Trammell. She's down there taking pictures. Got some of the technology set up here for us. Going to let her loose here in a couple of hours and let her go over to North Forney to Good Life Stadium as the Rockwall Heath Hawks and North Forney Falcons do battle for first place in District 10 6A. Exciting times around Rockwall ISD. Of course, you got the 2 top volleyball teams in the district. They'll go toe-to-toe on Tuesday, Rockwall versus Heath. And of course, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets on their bye week this week for football. They fell to Longview 35-21 in a tightly contested game. They are 1-1 in district. Heath is 1-0, looking to go to 2-0 later tonight. Here we go, 3:10 remaining. Clock starts. Hawks down 2. Will Ori surrounded and loses the ball. TJ Starlin looking for a call, is not going to get it. And Grand Oaks with 20 on the shot clock. There's a nice quick break for the Grizzlies, and it's a fight for it. And the Hawks are going to maintain control. Eric Cloth not too happy about that one, but he sprints back. Carson Mitchell with the ball, getting absolutely mauled right now. Pushes it inside to Kenneth. Kenneth's getting absolutely mauled. And the double team did not pay off for Grand Oaks. There's a foul. Hawks have the ball. Pushing it inside to Carson. Outside the mid-pool to Kenneth Tipping. He is fouled. 2:05 remaining. Everybody trying to figure out what's going on down there. Inside. And that was Will Orey. Didn't get enough on that shot. And it's turnover. 2:05 remaining in the third. There's a slow shot to Jeet, and that was not too complicated for him. Hawks down 2. There's Angel looking around. Got a man on him. It's Tyler Cloth playing some great defense for Grand Oaks. Hawks playing a little keep away with 10 on the shot clock as a bouncer inside and nothing. Logan Graham on it. Looking good. Grizzlies looking to take their largest lead of the game here. But so far, it's just 2. No foul called. Great defense by Will. That one shot out of the pool behind the net. Hawks will maintain possession. 1:19 remaining in the third. This one has a feel of it might come down to the wire. It's going to be a game of runs, essentially. It has been this entire game. Tipping. And a turnover by the Hawks. 1:10. Fast break, and it's a turnover. Hawks have it right back. Tipping. All alone if he can get there. He's mauled. Some great defense at a top shelf. Wow, what a shot. Kenneth Tipping has 6 on the evening. That's nothing new for him. With exactly 1 minute to go. It is 10-9 Grand Oaks. Again, Grand Oaks traveling really well here tonight. And it's another turnover. The Hawks can swim. It's a 3-on-2 if they make it happen. Grand Oaks gets back to make it a 3-on-3. Will Orey getting to it. Pushing it back to the mid-pool line. And the Hawks, Colton Martin, pushing it back to Jeet with 15 on the shot clock. 30 left in the period. Kenneth Tipping has 8 as you hear the crowd counting down. Kenneth's going to go deep, and it's a big save. Grand Oaks going to try and make something happen on the fast break. They have a man. He's all alone. Kenneth trying to get back, and it's pushed outside of the wing. Defense, it's in the net. Oh my goodness, with 11. Make it 11 with 7 seconds remaining. And the Hawks will have to see what they can do with 7 seconds. Plenty of time in the third. Try to chip into this lead. And you know where it's going. Kenneth. I guess no foul called there. I think everybody was wondering where that one went. But regardless, it is 11-9. After 3 here at the Rock YC Aquatic Center. Of course, there's one more period to go. The winner moves on to the third round. The loser's season is over. Of course, the bracket is not wanting to pull up for me right here. Maybe we'll try a different way here. That one's going to work. So the winner of this one will move on to play Oak Ridge. Of course, that game will be determined here fairly soon. If Grand Oaks is to win that game, you would assume that game would be down in the Houston area. If Rockwall Heath were to win, there would have to be some talking. Maybe a coin flip. Let's see where they would end up landing, but right now, this Conroe ISD district, which is a part of 6A Region 1 District 8, they are just putting on a show today. They have not lost a match all day long. Rockwall Heath trying to end that streak. Again, it is a balmy 82 degrees in this aquatic center. Definitely not any better outside as fall has approached the Rockwall area, but it still feels like summertime. Of course, TJ Starling over there talking to his boys. Got 25 seconds remaining in this intermission. We'll have to see what happens here. Of course, Rockwall Heath is going to be graduating a lot of swimmers here this afternoon, if this indeed is their final match of the year. So these seniors are not going to want to go out like this. You're going to see a very strong period by both squads, as one of these teams' seasons will end in 7 minutes. Of course, don't forget 5:30, the Lady Hawks will be right here in the pool that you see in front of you. They will take on the Woodlands Highlanders. And then tonight, it's Rockwall Heath versus North Forney in football right here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Of course, this is a broadcast brought to you by the UIL. It is not officially a Rockwall ISD Sports Network match. Of course, all playoffs in the UIL have to go through them. So that's why you're seeing no commercials today. It is a commercial-free broadcast in the playoffs. So if a Rockwall ISD team does advance to the next round, we will definitely apply for it and see what we can do. There are no promises, but we will try. And away we go. Grand Oaks 11, Heath 9. The clock did not start on the scoreboard. And okay, now we've started. Essentially got 7 seconds for free here. Heath's not going to complain about that. It's Carson Mitchell just kind of swimming up. No one's looking at him. Carson Mitchell has got a free shot if he wants it. He pushes it back upside. It's Colden Martin. Tristan Harless thinking about it. Nope, passing it back. Here's Colden. Colden looking. Got 5 on the shot clock, and it's out of bounds. It will remain Heath Hawk ball. 6:24 left. Of course, Forney is on deck here. They're getting ready over here next to me. Here come the Hawks with the ball. 6:24 left. And the Hawks just kind of passing it around the chain here. Tipping is fouled. He's going to try to get out and misses wide. And Grand Oaks might try to slow this down just a little bit. See if they can get that 3-goal lead, and they don't. Jeet, big time save. But he can't get to it. He gets to it. But it stays Grand Oak ball. Of course, let us know where you're watching from this evening. All roads to here lead somewhere next week, and then eventually to Louisville for the regional tournament. And then eventually to San Antonio for the UIL state tournament, the third one in this sport's young existence as a UIL sport. And the Hawks maintain possession. They have not gone down more than 2 goals. They've kept it that way. And a turnover by the Hawks. And they have an on-man break here And they overthrow their guy. And there's a foul on the Hawks. Empty net, goal. It's Kaio again with his 5th. And there is that 3-goal lead for Grand Oaks, something they have not had all game. Neither team has. Is that going to be enough for Grand Oaks? They're going to punch their ticket to round 3. The District 5 champs have about 5 minutes to work with. Trying to pull away. Here are the Hawks, and another turnover. You feel the momentum starting to swing in favor of Grand Oaks in this one. Do the Hawks have enough energy left in the tank? They're going to have one more massive comeback here if they plan to help themselves move on to round 3. And another foul on the Hawks. They're going to have an empty net again, and good defense. And remains Grizzly ball. Penalty. Heath. In the sin bin. Go the Hawks. And we're going to get a free shot here from Grand Oaks. That is Kaya. No, that is Julian. I believe that's Julian. And looks like Darren Lunt is going to jump in the pool for the first time tonight for the Hawks. And a goal. So with 4:28 remaining, the Hawks face their largest deficit with their season in the balance. With 4:28 remaining, the Hawks have to find a way. It might have to be other than tipping. They're trying to get him empty, and he scores. Tipping with his 7th of the game. Rockwell ISD Aquatic Center getting pretty full here now. Of course, coming up next is Tomball Memorial versus Forney. They are in the pool next to us, getting all warmed up for their match. And then College Park and Nacogdoches boys teams will take over at 4:15. And then the Lady Hawks will be ready to roll at 5:30. 13-10, 4:15 remaining. The Hawks are looking to cut into this lead. Can they pull in a massive comeback and a big-time save? Clock dipping under 4 minutes to go. A breakaway for Grand Oaks. And he swarmed. Eric Cloth was all alone, and all of a sudden the Hawks just swarmed him. And we are going to get a timeout in the pool with 3:26 remaining in this one. Of course, you're watching the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Chris Curtis here. Lisa Trammell down at the pool doing some photography and a little technology. If you would like to be a sponsor of Rockwall ISD Sports Network, don't forget to shoot me an email. Of course, we cannot show advertisements during the playoffs. That is a UIL guideline. So it is just straight talking for an entire match, which is no problem. Let us know where you're watching from or where you call home, whether it be Heath, Texas, or down in Conroe. Gorgeous part of the state of Texas, the Conroe area. Of course, we see them in our other districts in the 3rd and 4th rounds. Always a challenge to get through that district. A lot of great athletes down there. A lot of great sports traditions down there as well. And the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center is getting pretty full as Tomball is making their appearance here, Tomball Memorial, as they will take on Forney here in about 15 minutes or so. We're a little behind schedule, so that could cause a problem down the road. But there's no problems when you're having fun. 3:26. The Heath Hawks are going to look to try to make this a 2-score game. Do they have enough energy in them? They haven't faced this kind of moment most of the season. They are typically the ones in the driver's seat in this position, as the sun is starting to beat down on the pool and right into the eyes of the keeper for Grand Oaks. Logan Graham needs some sunglasses down there, as he is getting the AT&T Stadium version of the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center. I don't think Jerry Jones has a say in this place. I don't think. .307 remaining here in the third. They're going to pull Jeet out of the net and bring him up to mid-pool, and he's going to see what he can do here. Pushes it back. Hawks going around the horn. Looking. And the Hawks got 15 seconds to shoot. They got a penalty, an extra man, and they get it. That's Angel with his first. And the Hawks only down 2 with 2:45 remaining in this one. It's going to come down to the wire. Who wants it more? Again, that sun might play a little bit into this one. It is right in the goalkeeper's eyes. And on the other end, Jeet has clear vision. It is shady and cool over there. Regardless, here comes Grand Oaks, and they put one in. It doesn't matter if the sun's there or not. It is 14-11. The 3-goal lead is back intact for Grand Oaks. 2:37 remaining. Do the Hawks have what it takes? This fourth is going awfully slow. A lot of scoring, a lot of fouls. In the tipping, getting mauled again. You got to know that was the game plan going in. Finds his partner in crime. That's Colden Martin, and he turns it over. Another fast break for Grand Oaks, and it's foul on the Hawks. Grand Oaks going to try to shoot, then some defense. Oh, almost. Clock remains ticking. We're going to go under 2 minutes here. Jeet cannot get it. And the Hawk season is 2 minutes and 2 seconds away from ending here in Rockwall. Regardless, it's been a heck of a run for Rockwall Heath. They still have 2 minutes to play with here. Do they have enough in the tank? You gotta think it's gonna go to Kenneth Tipping. He's gonna control it. He's gonna try to get some calls as much as he can. Shoots it from mid-pool and nothing there. So District 8 is looking to go 4-0 so far. And they will pretty much seal the deal. With 1:28 remaining. Grand Oaks is going to be on their way to the third round. Where they will take on their counterparts from Oak Ridge. Hawks fans trying to get a little momentum here. It might be too little too late for the Heath Hawks as their season is on the brink. And there's a goal from the Hawks. That was Angel with his second. 1 minute to go. No, it was not a goal. Did not go in. I do apologize. And Grand Oaks is going to run this clock down as best as they can. So, with 42 seconds left, Grand Oaks scores again. And just like that, it is a 6-point lead for Grand Oaks. Of course, Grand Oaks will move on to play Oak Ridge. And the Heath Hawks season will come to a close here in Rockwall. Once again, if you're watching this and you're wanting to know when the Lady Hawks are going to get going tonight, that's a 5:30 start time. We're a little behind schedule. Might be a little later, but we'll try to tap in here at 5:30 just to keep you guys updated. And there might have been the final shot of a legend, Kenneth Tipping. Might have been the final shot of his high school career right there. It has been an awesome run. It's been awesome getting to know all the Rockwall Heath people around here. It's been a pleasure to be invited into the Rockwall ISD Aquatic Center to cover them all season long and get to know these guys and gals from both Rockwall and Rockwall Heath. But Rockwall ISD will go 0-2. It's up to the Lady Hawks to see if we can advance to round 3 later next week. That season is over for the Rockwall Heath Hawks. As Grand Oaks 17 and the Rockwall Heath Hawks 11. Valiant effort by the Rockwall Heath Hawks. Congratulations to Grand Oaks. What a game. What a team. As your final here, 17-11. For the Rockwall Heath Hawks, Kenneth Tipping, 7 goals. Carson Mitchell with 1. Colton Martin with 1. Willie Ori with 1. Angel Venezuela with 2. And a shout out to Finn Hutchinson, just because his name is Finn. We like that name. Congratulations to Grand Oaks. Good luck the rest of the way. They will take on their nemesis, Oak Ridge. I'm sure that will be a fun one regardless, and that will probably be set somewhere down in the Houston area. Of course, one more match here for Rockwall ISD. That will come at 5:30 or just a little bit after, as we are a little behind schedule, as it is now 3 o'clock, and that match was supposed to start at 3 o'clock. Of course, coming up next, it is Tomball Memorial versus Forney. And Forney will try to get District 5 a W for the first time this afternoon, as District 8 is 4-0. District 5 is 0-4. Tough sledding. There's some good water polo down in the Houston area, and that is being shown off right now. So for Chris Curtis, we will see you guys back here at 5:30 or so. If you're tuning in for the Rockwall Heath football game, it will still be broadcasted tonight as well. We're going to have both for you, because why not? It's fall break, and we just want to work a little bit more. So for Chris Curtis of the Rockwall ISD Sports Network, thank you for tuning in this afternoon. We greatly appreciate you. Thanks for all the comments. We'll see you at 5:30 as the Lady Hawks will look to take a win for District 5 and move on to round 3. Have a good evening, everybody.